Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the show. John Henry Soto here. If you ever wondered if there's a place where you can go as a filmmaker, musician, or someone interested in wellness and get some answers and get some tough questions asked about certain things in those industries, then this is the show for you. This is where we do it. We also do a lot of motivational content and a lot of interviews, which we're very excited to bring you some new ones coming up very, very soon. So, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the show. John here. As always, I'm here Monday through Fridays at 9 a.m. Central. Um, Show has gone through a little bit of a metamorphosis in the last couple of weeks. As a matter of fact, we've been having a few challenges with our platform that we've been using that rhymes with fumble. I don't like to say it on some of these platforms because they don't like it. They actually punish me for that. So, but yes, we are here now, and very excited to be here with you this morning. It is Good Friday. Good Friday is a Christian holiday. It's observed during Holy Week, and it's a Friday right before Easter, and it basically just commemorates the crucifixion of Jesus Christ and his death at Calvary. Many Christians see it. It's a solemn day of reflection and prayer and fasting. As a matter of fact, I was raised Catholic by my grandparents. My grandma was really hardcore Catholic, and she took it to the extreme on Fridays. We would actually not eat meat on every single Friday. She went that extra. It's sort of like, you have Amazon and you get Amazon Prime. So we had Catholic Prime. We would just not eat meat every single Friday, So that was her fasting way, was just not eating meat on Fridays. We could have fish though, which was nice. And that was just our Fridays. And I just thought that was a normal thing for everyone, but it wasn't. It's just on Good Friday that people do the fasting. And it is an honor. It's something that we can think about as a sacrifice that we make, like Jesus made for humanity. And I think it's an important thing to honor. And despite its sorrowful nature, they call it Good Friday because of the hope and redemption that followed the resurrection a few days later on Easter Sunday, right? And so, how you celebrate? Uh, Hope you're with your families and loving and having a wonderful weekend, doing the things that you love with those that you love. And yeah, and happy Friday. All right. So today I wanted to, as I mentioned, this show it really touches a lot upon the challenges that we go through as filmmakers, musicians, and just people who are living life trying to get healthy, which is a challenge. Which is, trust me, it is an interesting dilemma that we fall into because our food has been tainted with a lot of things, and we have to kind of stay above it. I can't go into too much details on these platforms now, but just know that that is the case, and we have to be vigilant on that. We have to be responsible for our health and for our wellness. When it comes to film, we got to figure out like what's going on in Hollywood right now. Hollywood is having some trouble. I don't know if you. I just shared a thing the other day. I think yesterday on Hollywood. Some of these studios have these lots that are completely empty that used to be jam packed. Jobs are fleeing California because of the incentives that other states are giving to film production companies. And this has become a major, major news story in the film world. With music, as we can understand, with Spotify and everything that's an artist can barely make a living if they're streaming on Spotify. You have to stream something 100,000 times to just make $300, which is not sustainable. It's not a living wage for an artist that's producing their work and putting it out there. So that's another tough situation that we go into a lot heavily, and we're in the future going to be having some. We just had a great interview with Bill Ottman, who's the co-founder and CEO of a decentralized social media app called Minds, MIDNS, MINDS, Minds, and it was a great conversation, and we talked a lot about the industry, and we talked a lot about what's going on with the being an artist and just being able to control the content that you create and having it be your own. That was a great conversation. Today, I wanted to talk a little bit about and encompass all that about the importance of you, the individual. I have a company, JHS Talent Management, which is my talent agency. The motto there is "You are the magic." That is what I'm constantly saying. You are the magic, and you are important as an artist, as a filmmaker, musician, whatever it is that you do. Your opinion matters. Every person carries a unique perspective shaped by their experiences, their struggles, and victories. When we take the time to listen and acknowledge those ideas and opinions, we're not just being polite, we're recognizing the value of a human being. In a world where noise often drowns out authenticity, giving someone the space to express themselves without judgment can be the most powerful thing that we do. And that's what we try to do at JHS Talent Management. It's a place where you can be yourself, you can be creative, you can do your thing. And we validate that. Everyone wants to feel seen, heard, and understood. And honoring someone's voice is the first step in making that happen. Through my content, I've made it my purpose to create a space where people feel important and validated. Whether it's through storytelling, highlighting real life challenges, or sharing knowledge, I aim to build a connection that reminds people their thoughts matter. I'm not just here to entertain or inform. I mean, I'd like to entertain and inform, but I'm not just here for that. I'm here to reflect back to people the greatness that already exists with them. You are the magic within them. You are the magic, is what I always say. When someone interacts with what I create, and and they walk away with feeling more confident, it makes me inspired and giving me more. It makes things more human, and I can walk away knowing that I did my job. And that is really, really important. And that's kind of like the message of today is really, I was talking about this yesterday with a group of gentlemen that I met for of a film company. And one of the things that I wanted them to kind of, or I wanted to reflect on at that moment was the purpose that we do what we do, right? The reason why we do it. Because there's so many other uh, business oriented technical advancements that we have with AI and the managing sales funnels and teams and all these other technical things. Sometimes we get lost in that minutia of that thing, when really we have to go back and be like, okay, wait, we're artists, we're creators of things. We inspire people with what we create. That is the main purpose of what we do. And so it's so important to really be able to continue to reflect on that on a daily basis and inspire yourself. So what is my purpose today? What is my why? Why did I wake up? Why am I excited today? Why did I get into film, music, or wellness, or whatever it is that I'm into? Why did I do that at the beginning, in the first place? Reflecting on that consistently and daily. It's so important because you can get lost in our cell phones and, oh, look, there's a great app that helps you with this and all this. And then now you're using the technology is the thing. It's not the art. It's not you as a spiritual being. It's not your creativity. It's the technology that you're hoping and that you're wishing that it actually gets your stuff out there. And that's not really the purpose. The purpose is you. The purpose is your create. The purpose is when you sit down with a pen and paper and you write a story. That's the magic. That's where the magic comes out. It's not in all the technology stuff and all the management things. Those things are important because those things will organize all your creativity in order to be delivered properly. But those are not the create, you see. And that's why I wanted to kind of really reflect on that. At the heart of everything that I do is a simple truth that people matter. That is what I always say. And I love people. And because I love people, I post sometimes things that may be controversial and maybe things that upset people. But it's because I love people that I want people to see things. I want people to I want people to have different sides of the issue. I follow both sides of every issue. I make a judgment based on my past experiences and based on what I observe in front of me. Is it harmful to society or is it a helpful flow towards society? Whatever the case may be, I want to look at that and I want to make a judgment. I want to make a decision based on what I'm actually observing. And that judgment has to be as clear as possible. So I post things because I love people and I want them to see that. So when people come back at me angry, well, okay, that's fine. You're angry is okay. You know, it's okay to be angry, but let's have a conversation, a civil conversation, if we can have that. It's been very difficult to have civil conversations because it's just so, no, I'm not doing that. And that makes a challenge. But this is what I do. I love people and I love helping people. Um, People really matter. You know, this is so important. And their dreams, their concerns, their creativity, they're all worth celebrating. And this is something that I also want when I'm having a conversation with someone. I want to make sure that they understand that we are celebrating them. You know, when I'm really there, I'm really listening. You know, I'm listening to what they're saying, to what they're feeling. You know, I have an innate thing also where I can feel people. I can feel their energies, and it's some people call it an empath or whatever they want to, whatever it is. I just feel that it's a connection to a spiritual world. I can feel when people are mm, hesitant on saying something. And I want to give them the comfort that they can say whatever it is that they want to say because they're important and what they have to say is important. Even if I disagree with it, they have the right to say it. They have the right to communicate it. So these are the things that for me are so important. Um, and people sometimes will say like, "Oh, well, you posted this. I don't know how you can say you love people. It's because I love people that I post the things that I post. I want them to either laugh, have a question about it, disagree with me, give me another counterpoint, give me another statistic or another point, talking point, whatever the case may be. It's because of that. That's my challenge to people. I'm not gonna tippy toe around life. I want to actually live life to the fullest. I want to take it on. I want to be able to. I want to be challenged. I want to be nervous. I want to be scared. I want to be happy. I want to be sad. I want to cry. I want to live through life. I want to do through. I want to experience as much as I can. The more you do, the more you live. So um, that's why I chose to lead with empathy, curiosity, inviting others into the conversation and letting them know they belong. And you can do the same, by the way. And I'm gonna give you a couple of things here. It is Good Friday. The family is all home. We're getting ready to have our days, our day today, and our whole weekend together. So I'm going to give you the final three things that I always give at the end of every episode. Again, these are just my opinion of three things that I think you can do today that can help you if you need the help to actually validate others and to be more present in the conversations. So this way you can get the most out of a conversation and you can get the most out of people, right? It's so important. I love when I meet with someone for coffee and we get into a moment of just this real beautiful conversation about something that I'm passionate about. And it may be cheesy, and I'm a cheesy guy. I don't really care. I don't apologize for my cheese. I like cheese. And but we're in that moment, and it's that moment that really builds a future relationship that doesn't, it's like what Maya Angelou said, right? It's like people don't remember what you said or what you did, but they'll always remember how you made them feel. And it's in that moment when you feel something that next time you see them, you don't know what you guys talked about. You don't know what y'all said about anything, but you know that the last time you were together, you felt something really positive and you felt something that was important. That right there is such a wonderful feeling. So these are the things that I do. They help me, and hopefully this provides some value to you. So the first thing that I do is I talked about this a little bit a second ago, is to really listen when someone is sharing. You put down the phone, look them in the eye, and be present. I do that. I think I do that to the point where sometimes I even make some people a little nervous because I'm right there with them and I'm listening to them because I really care about what they want to say right in this moment. And I may be busy sometimes, so I'm not perfect. That's definitely, I'm not perfect, but I am there 99% of the time listening to a conversation and making sure that I'm validating and acknowledging them properly. I talked about this yesterday where sometimes I get into my head where I think, did I acknowledge that person properly? Was I fully there for them in that conversation? And then I'll text them and say, hey, did you say everything you wanted to say, or did I cut you off? I'm sorry if I did. And you 90, almost 100% of the time, I don't think it's ever happened that they came back upset or anything. They've always said like, no, everything was fine. It was a great conversation. It's just my own thing because I want to make sure that I'm there. And sometimes if I don't feel it, I want to ask. And I've been much better at that, by the way, at just being there and not having to go back, leaving the conversation feeling like, yes, we did it. So really be there, be present, look at them in the eye, put the phone down, and be in that conversation, right? Second is to acknowledge someone's efforts, even the small wins. Your encouragement can lift someone for days. This is so important. When you tell someone, wow, what you're doing right now is just, I want you to know how important it is, what you're doing right now for this planet, the art that you're creating. And I've said that to people. And I've had people's eyes swell up because they have not been told that, or they weren't told in that. Like, I stopped the comment. I said, I just got to say something real quick. What you're doing right now is so important. And I do that because, first of all, I would love for people to do that to me. And I know that would make me feel good. And it has made me feel good in the past when people have said that to me. And I thought, I want to do that for others, especially if I'm, really, really feel like they are doing something incredible. And I tell them, I say, how important you are right now to what you're doing. I want you to always remember that. And I'm telling you, I get people that really, really getting emotional, but it can really lift someone for them to go out and not only do great work, but even do greater work and then inspire someone else because they're going to now be able to pass that along and pass that positivity and that energy along. The third and final thing is celebrate your own uniqueness. You are so unique. You are not like anyone else. There are 8 billion people on this planet, and there are 8 billion different individuals on this planet. So when you value yourself, you naturally recognize the worth in others. These small actions create a ripple effect that remind us all just how important we really are. And that, my friends, is the takeaway from today. The small actions, validate them. Validate your uniqueness. Look at yourself in the mirror and be like, I am a different person. I am unique. I have something to offer that no one else has to offer. And bring that to the table at every meeting that you go to, whether it's a meeting with just friends, hanging around or having dinner with the family, or going into a big corporate meeting, or whatever the case may be. Bring that attitude with you that I am unique. I am walking into this place as the only one like me walking into this place, and bring it to them, and bring them your abilities and your positivities, because I think that that's what's going to make the world a better place. That attitude, that understanding that I can make a difference in this situation right now because I am unique to everyone in here. That is such a valuable thing. And I still, to this day, when I'm going out somewhere and I know that I'm going to be confronting something that's going to make me nervous, I take a deep breath. I look myself in the mirror and I'm like, okay, Johnny, you're a short Puerto Rican from the Bronx, but you're unique. You're very, very different, and you're going to bring something to the table that no one else is bringing. And I leave the house feeling that. I listen to some music on the way as I'm driving there, having some coffee or my green tea, whatever it is I'm doing, but I'm constantly going in, not because I need to be validated or because I want anything for myself, but because I want to be able to provide value to where I show up, to wherever I am. I want people to see what I'm doing and feel like they're validated and they have something that they can hang on to and they can feel better about what they're working on. That's the important thing for me. That's what I do it. All right, friends. Want to thank you so much. I appreciate y'all hanging out, listening to my morning conversations here. I want to thank you all for tuning in. I'm doing it on these platforms now just for another couple of days. I think next week I have maybe like three more shows on these platforms. And then I go back to my usual platform where I'll be doing more content on there as well, which is, it rhymes with fumble. So I'll be there. But I might actually continue doing this as well because this is fun and I love to be here with you in the mornings. I appreciate Facebook. I appreciate LinkedIn, my YouTube channel, which I haven't been on in a while, but I'm on there now today, this morning with you, and I appreciate y'all. So, all right, friends, have a wonderful day with your family and your friends, a weekend of reflection and love and thinking about how we can be better and do better and treat ourselves better is all what it's about this weekend. So thank you all. God bless you all. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And I'll see you all on Monday morning. God bless you. And as always, peace.